Welcome to the Empowered Podcast with Deanna Merlino, a personal development show where I will be sharing with you just how to transform yourself into the best version of you, both inside and out. From fitness and nutrition to business and positive mindset work, I'll be showing you exactly how to live your best life. I'll be keeping it as real and raw as it gets. So get ready to peel back the layers and really transform yourself under the surface, because nothing is better than finding your purpose and living this life as your true, authentic self. Go grab my Day by Design editable worksheet so that you guys have something to follow along and hit all of your daily goals, stay on track, push yourself to be even more successful, and easily get everything put together in one place. Go download it by joining my monthly newsletter for free at www.deannamerlinofit.com. Welcome back, my empowered fam. I am really excited to bring this one here to you today. If you didn't listen to the last episode, definitely go do that. I interviewed Brittany Dunbar. It was a very raw, open, fun, just really great episode. And I don't think I let you guys know what these next few are going to be about, but I am going to be doing a money series for the next 3 weeks. So every Monday, I will be dropping just some ways that we can fix our relationship with money and start bringing in more money, and also becoming aware of the way that we are deflecting money. So that brings me to what we are going to talk about today, which is 4 ways that you are deflecting money right now. And as you become aware of these things, this is something that you can instantly make that mindset shift and stop deflecting it so that you can have money flowing to you easily, because money should flow to us easily. So before I jump into the ways that we can stop deflecting that money, I want to talk about money in general. Money is nothing more than energy, because like we've spoken about, every single thing on the planet is energy. Everything is made of energy. So the same way that this microphone that I'm talking into right now is made of energy, money is made of energy. It is nothing more than a tool. It is another tool in our tool belt, and that is it. I think a lot of times, because most of us don't have a ridiculous amount of money, or we think that it's so hard to get money, or we think that, it's not going to just come to us, or all the different things, which I'll get into that later. We forget that money is nothing more than an energetic tool. And I am going to change your mindset and give you some tips and tricks to start attracting it to you in the easiest way possible. So money, being that it's energy, the same way that I've talked about the law of attraction, your energy attracts like energy. So good things attract more good things, bad things attract more bad things. So as we talk about money, I want to make sure that that money is attracting more money for you, the same way that you can attract anything else to you. So the first way that you are deflecting money is we all have a different word, whatever it may be. But when you use the word, for example, expensive, when you're talking about purchasing something, whether it's a physical product, like I can't afford that car, it's too expensive. I can't afford that apartment, it's too pricey. I can't afford that handbag, it's out of my price range, my budget. When you are using words like that, you are putting a cap to your income. If you think that it is too expensive for you, if you think that you can't afford it, your brain goes, oh, I can't afford something that costs X, Y, and Z. Okay, got you. And it will make sure that you are in a position, that you are in a circumstance or an experience for yourself that you cannot afford that. So we need to make that shift and stop calling things expensive. This was something that I learned a while back, and I have done a really good job at doing that, especially when we're looking at houses, when we're looking at land. If it is something that we really cannot get at the time, I don't say that's too expensive. One good shift that you can make is if something is out of your price range, if it's something that you truly cannot afford, instead of just even thinking, remember, your thoughts are just as important as your words and your actions. They are all energy. So instead of even thinking that's too expensive for me, something that I say, and you have to say it over and over so that it becomes natural, is that this is currently not in alignment with what I want or what I need at this moment. Or I'm not going to buy this, or I'm not going to get this, or I'm not going to do this because there is something that is in more alignment with me at the moment. At no point are you saying this is too expensive, but there are things that are just out of our budget right now, and that is okay. But you want to make that mindset shift, because if you're thinking it's too expensive for you, then it is. If you stop saying that, if you aren't saying things are too expensive, then your brain does not have a cap on money and income for you. So that's one good way. The next one is if you have a poor relationship with your bills. So we love money coming in, right? But we don't love when our money is going out, but it is inevitable. And that energy, that's a wonky energy of having good and bad. The way I had it explained to me was, imagine if you were in a relationship, which money is another relationship that you have. Relationships are nothing more than energy. If your partner, every time they come in, you love them, and every time they leave, you hate them, that is going to create a weird energy, and that energy is going to attract more of that weird energy. So you want to make sure that you're not doing that. So whenever I have a bill come in, whether it's a paper bill, whether it's a notification on your phone, whether it's an auto draw, I don't know how you guys get your bills. All my stuff is automatic because I have so much on my plate. I don't want to have to sit down and think about it. Not that I'm ignoring it. But don't be negative about it. Don't, have that poor energy towards it, or that anger towards it, or that stress towards it, because you're going to attract more of that in for you. Every time I have a bill, I think that I am grateful for the service that I was given, and I'm glad to pay for it. So for example, when my water bill comes in, or my electric bill, or my car payment, I am so grateful that you provided me with a service that kept my lights on. I'm so grateful that you provided me with the ability to take a shower in my home. I'm so grateful that I was provided the ability to get from A to Z quickly and comfortably and safely in my car. Thank you. I am happy to pay you. When you make that little shift and you start being grateful for the things that you were provided with that bill, then you're going to fix that relationship with money. You're going to get rid of that weird, negative, wonky energy. And that fixing that relationship is going to make it easier for money to go in. And it just also takes that that stomach hit away when you have a bill to pay. Just think, if you have something big to pay, like your taxes, for example, if you have a lot of taxes to pay, that means you made a lot of money. Be grateful that you have to pay so much because you made so much. The less you pay, the less you made, right? I would rather have more money to spend and be able to create enjoyable experiences because of that money, be able to make more charitable donations because of that money, and then know that it's all a part of it, paying it out. Would I love to keep it all? Sure. Yeah, we all would. But it is a part of all of it. A third way is, so if you're not paying for something you promised to pay, that is bad energy. That is bad karma. So for example, like when you're a business owner, that will come back into your business. So say you signed up for a coach, say you signed up for a program, say you signed up, I don't know, even for something simple like your gym membership, and you decided, I don't want to pay it anymore. So you just don't pay it. That is bad energy. That is, you agreed to pay something and then you didn't. That sits bad with you. And no matter how long it takes, that is going to come back around in your business. If you have something set up where a client pays monthly, or they set up a payment plan and they just disappear, that's coming back full circle from something that you are doing, almost like karma in the past. So maybe you don't have a business, but maybe, for example, like you just have school loans and you decide that you're not going to pay those school loans. That is going to hurt you somewhere. For example, I don't know, a way that could come back is your check from your job is going to bounce, or you're going to get hit with a huge bill that you wouldn't have gotten because of that negative karma. Versus if you pay things like you say you're going to, then that you don't even have to worry about that. And you might be in a situation where you can't afford to pay, your school loan this month, or you're in a hard spot. That happens sometimes. Call up that company, call up the school, call up that coach, call up whoever, and let them know, hey, I'm in a tough spot. Can I make a payment plan? They are going to work with you. That school loan, the school company who gave you that loan is going to be happy to get what they can from you, knowing you're in that tough spot versus getting nothing at all. And then you have a clear conscience and you have clear karma. So make sure if you agree to pay something, pay it. And if you can't, talk to the person that you have that agreement with and let them know where you're at. And I mean, I highly doubt it's going to happen, but if they're like, well, too bad, too sad, you tried. At least you put it out there that you were trying to do right by them. And the last one we're going to talk about today, which is huge. And I cannot tell you how often that I see it happen. It happens all the time, especially like in my network marketing business, for example. Do not listen to people who have not been where you are trying to go. I can't tell you how many times I have had someone who is so excited to start their business, and then they talk to their sister's friend's friend, Sally, and Sally said, oh, you're going to do one of those things. Don't do that because they never work, and you listen. How does Sally know that? Has Sally ever tried? One, she probably hasn't, and she's just hearing it from someone else's sister's friend, Meg, or she had just signed up for a business and never worked and then said it didn't happen. We all know that we have to be responsible for the outcomes of our work. Not in all ways, but if you can't just sit there and do nothing and expect things to come back to you. So that's just one example. Or you might be taking financial advice from someone who has no money, but they're saying, why would you invest $50,000 into stocks or, crypto or whatever? I'm not going to get into like actual, investing advice by any means, but they're telling you don't do it. It doesn't work. You're going to lose your money. How would they know? They've never done it. Or they have a poor relationship with money. They're in a poor financial place. Do not take advice from someone who has not been where you're trying to go. In every aspect of every single business that I have, every one of them, I am taking advice from the people who I have seen go before me and who are successful. If you have been where I want to go, of course I'm going to take advice from you. Of course you should take advice from someone who has been successful, because that means that has proven that there is a way to get there. And if they have done it, then you can do it. That is why I am successful in the things that I do, because I have learned to only take advice from credible, successful people. And if I don't know anyone, I search for them. I find the podcast. I find the people who are the best in their industry, and I learn to model them. The best copycat wins. Have you ever heard that before? Well, I feel like authenticity is so important. That's not what I mean. Don't be fake. Don't not be yourself. If someone has done it, that means that you can do it too. So do not shoot yourself in the foot, especially before you've even gotten started, by listening to people who are not sources that you should listen to. And I think I've mentioned this before. A lot of times people have your best interest in mind, but if they haven't been there before, it's scary to them. And if they're stuck in a bad place financially, mentally, emotionally, all the things, people who are negative tend to want to draw people down to their level, whether they mean to or not. It's just subconscious. They don't want to be alone in their misery. So if you're doing something that's probably going to get you to a successful place, that's going to help you grow, people who don't want to or who aren't ready to grow don't want to see others grow, because that means that they're failing and they don't want to fail alone. So stop using the words expensive. Get a better relationship with sending money out, paying your bills. Make sure you pay to anything that you have agreed upon, and don't listen to people who haven't done what you want to do. These are 4 simple ways to stop deflecting money. And next Monday, we are going to talk about some money beliefs that you have been ingrained with, or you might have heard, or you might have thought, or your environment has brought in for you. And we're going to overcome them so that you can start being a better money magnet. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I hope any of those sat with you. The biggest one for me was definitely using the word expensive, but listen to those, see where you need to fix it, start utilizing it, and let me know how it's worked for you. Let me know the changes, the shifts. I want to see it on social media. If this podcast episode sat with you, share it, tag me in it, send it to a friend who needs to hear it. As always, guys, I love you. I'm grateful for you. Have the best day, the best week, and I will see you next Monday. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to find out more, you can follow me on Instagram at Empowered with Deanna and my personal page, Fit Deanna Lolita. You can also visit me on my website, which is deannamerlinofit.com. Make sure that whatever platform you guys are listening on, please rate and subscribe. And this means so much to me. It's going to help get me out there to help so many other people. I'm so grateful that you're here with me on this journey of wellness and self-empowerment. I cannot promise that it will always be easy, but I do know that it will always be worth it. Stick with me, and together, let's start living as the version of us that we were meant to be. Because the world is waiting for your gifts, and you deserve to live the life of your wildest dreams and beyond. So friends, let's get empowered.